Okay, we're coming in now. Let's kick start this. Brandon, are we recording?
Yep, I'm good to go, bud.
Beautiful. All right, so it is a Tuesday in Sunflower Land. There's been lots that has been happening that we will be talking about today. I think firstly, we are going to dive into one of our recent announcements, which is around the Auctioneer and the seasonal items. We'll talk about some of the bumpkins.io items that have gone live, the pirate codes that went live today. We'll talk about what the team is working on. We've kind of split the team up so we can work on multiple things at the same time. And we'll talk about some cool events that are coming up in the community as well. Harry, Romy, Brandon, is there anything else you guys want to cover in today's session?
I think that's it. Just talk about the how we working this week as we split, as you mentioned, the new announcement about the new mechanics, the new way of minting on the Auctioneer. I think that's really exciting. And just the progress on our multiple bumpkins, right?
That's it.
I think I might just touch on at the end about the giving block and updating that charity proposal I raised a while ago. I can give a bit of an exciting update on that.
Nice. Ooh. And there's actually a few people that have discovered that the Pumpkin Plaza is open right now. And so I'll just share a link in here. We don't publicly announce this in the game because there is some max limits that we face when we have 600 people trying to access this at the same time. And so it is in experimental mode. But you can access that Earl directly whenever we do a live Twitch stream or whenever we do a live Discord stream. You can actually pop in, walk around, and meet the team. I can see that Romy's in there, I'm in there. There's a lot of pirates
Coming
in there. There's some pirate bumpkins, which just feels perfect. I'm going to pop over. I'm going to stand on top of this building here. Okay, so we've got about 20, 30 people that have popped in. People are flexing their emojis that they unlock. Romy is flexing his walking skills. He's standing on top of a house, which is a privileged area.
I'm confused.
Who's number 7?
That's me.
I'm number 6. Brandon.
Yeah, I'm number 7.
I was thinking, who else has got up on this house? So I'm going to head over to the SFL headquarters right now. Romy and I will have a chat in there, so we can see a bunch of bumpkins coming over here now. To kickstart, we're going to talk about the Auctioneer system and seasons at Sunflower Land. And so it was almost a month ago, since at least a month ago, we did our last auction. And due to high demand, it wasn't the greatest experience. It sold out extremely quickly and lots of people received errors. And so we decided to put the Auctioneer on pause until we could think of a better solution. It's a good problem to have. Like, if our game didn't have demand and people didn't want these items, we wouldn't have to worry about this. But unfortunately, we've got these really tough issues of thousands of people trying to access a bit of content in the same millisecond. And so we went back to the drawing board, and over the last few weeks, we've been sort of collaborating a lot on GitHub discussions and just in the farmers chat around how a potential Auctioneer system could work. And we first looked at what are the goals that we're trying to achieve with a new Auctioneer system, because we know it would be a little bit of work to implement. So we wanted to make sure we were spending time on the right areas. And there was a few things that we were aiming to support. The first being is that we wanted to support all time zones. For those familiar with the current drops, it does favor people in certain time zones, and it can be inconvenient for you if you need to open up your phone in the middle of work, or if you need to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to try and mint an item. So that was one of the problems we were trying to solve. The other one that we had is that it was very error prone. And the reason being is because, as I mentioned before, thousands of people trying to access the same resource in a split millisecond is a recipe for disaster, not only on our API, which can struggle under a lot of load, but also on the blockchain with high gas fees, failed transactions, and so on. And the last one we wanted to do as well is that ensure players that are playing the game, grinding the game, improving their farms, those are the ones that get priority to mint the rare items, compared to people that could set up multiple accounts, or if they were trying to just buy a bunch of resources to mint these items and then flip them. We truly believe that the players who would value these items the most and use these on the farm are the people farming and playing the game themselves. And so with that in mind, we've slowly been working on this idea of the Goblin Auctioneer. I'll drop this post. If you haven't read it already, it was in yesterday's announcement. And we shared the core concept that we are working on right now, the idea of a Goblin Auctioneer. And the unique mechanic here is when an auction opens, it is available for 24 hours. So you do not need to rush in. You do not need to wake up early in the morning. You can come over the course of 24 hours. And when you visit the auctioneer, there will be a rare item with a limited supply. And what you can do, if you have the required resources, you'll be able to place a bid for that item. And so everyone needs to use the exact same resources that are required. For instance, a collectible bear would require 5 gold and 1 basic bear. But then a player can decide how many seasonal tickets they want to bid for that item. And at the end of the auction, the players that have bid the most seasonal tickets, they will win the item and they will be able to mint it. And the big question here is, how do you get seasonal tickets? Everyone will be trying to get as many of these so they can win the items that they want. And the answer is that you get seasonal tickets by completing in-game challenges and quests. The first way we're going to distribute these is by completing orders at the grub shop. So when you cook food and go to the grub shop and sell that for SFL, you will be getting a bonus seasonal ticket. So this is just an extra bonus thing that you will get for completing that little challenge. And the idea is that the more orders that you fulfill at the grub shop, the more tickets that you will be able to get and the higher chance that you will be able to win an auction. And so a nice side effect there is that the players that have a diverse amount of resources, they're getting crops, they're getting animal produce, they're cooking a range of different meals and then selling those at the grub shop. Those are the players that will get the most tickets. And it's really nice because it does encourage people to engage with a variety of different features in the game and a variety of different resources. Romy and myself, we're actually working on this at the moment. Before I jump into the concept of seasonal tickets and seasons, is there anything you wanted to add, Romy?
I really like the way we approaching this, to be honest, because even if you do you don't complete all the orders on the grub shop, you still have a chance of getting the item. It depends how many tickets people bid on that specific item, right? So it doesn't mean if a player has let's say 20 tickets it doesn't mean they will bid all of them on the same item as you going for, because what is nice is the strategy you have to use, because there'll be multiple items and a limited number of tickets. So you have to strategize on how you're going to approach on getting those items. If you want to get all of them, or if you want to go all in one, or if you don't really want those, or you want to get the blacksmith items as well. Did you mention the blacksmith items, Adam?
Not yet.
Yeah. You want to?
We can go for it. I was going to share. I'll share the season stock, and you can dive into that.
Yeah. So we'll be adding items to the blacksmith as well. There will be season items as well, and they will require the season tickets to mint. So there'll be multiple options for you to use your season tickets. And that's how you're going to need to strategize. And if you want to focus on one item, you can go all in if you want. But if you want to try and get multiple items, you can really use all your tickets in one item. So that's really nice, because it adds more strategy on the gameplay, rather than just whoever has the most tickets win. So I really like this idea, and I'm happy to get feedback as well. There's discussions open. There's the docs. If you're curious about how it's going to work, read the docs and let us know what you think.
Yeah, I think there's some really key concepts there that we'll dive into. And so we're looking at introducing the concept of seasons. And the way that this will work is that every 3 months, a new season will become available at Sunflower Land. This is not like any ordinary season, which is summer, winter, autumn, spring. We actually are on a completely different schedule. And the really cool thing is that a season never repeats. So right now we're about to go into the solar flare season. And following that, we're going into the Dawnbreaker season. 1 year from now, those seasons will not repeat. So all of these items are only available during this current season. If you don't get them during that time, that's unlucky. You'll have to see what deals you can make with other players to try and get those items. This season hasn't had an immense amount of preparation, to be honest, because we are already in the middle of this season. We can say that for those that have been using Treasure Island, that is using the concept of seasons already. You can probably notice that there's 6 items that are seasonal items, which means that they will no longer be available in 60 days. And that's the key premise, is that during a season, there's going to be unique Treasure Island items. There's going to be some unique mutant animals. There's going to be rare limited edition goblin blacksmith items. And there's also going to be a bunch of rare auctioneer items. This first season, it has about 6 rare SFTs at the Auctioneer and Goblin Blacksmith. Following seasons are likely to have more. But this is a really cool thing that Romy was touching on, is that, especially with the Auctioneer, it's a bit of a game of risk, because you don't know what people are going to use their seasonal tickets for what auction and for what item. Because there is 6 unique items, there are multiple different paths that players can take. They might be saving up to get multiple items from the blacksmith. They might be saving up to put all their tickets into one item at the Auctioneer, or they might be trying to get all 3 at the Auctioneer, and they might use smaller amounts of tickets. And so when a season kickstarts, there's a lot of strategy you need to take on as a player. Do you risk it for the big items and potentially get nothing? Or do you play it safe and get 3 of the easier items? I really like this approach as well, because at the start of a season, everyone starts from scratch. Obviously, these items will require some resources like crops and gold and iron, but they also require the seasonal tickets, which no one has any of yet. And so we have this really fair playing field and a nice system where items just don't mint out instantly. It's a slow burn over the course of 3 months during the season that we'll see this supply slowly drop. And it's a little bit of a race and a competition between players to try and get those items. Brandon, Harry, I'm keen to get your thoughts. I'm not sure if we've had an in-depth discussion about seasons. I know we've talked about the Auctioneer item. How are you guys viewing seasons at Sunflowerland?
I actually really enjoy the idea of seasons for items. I think it's a good way to kind of balance supply limited NFTs with still trying to make sure that everybody has a fair chance to get them. And at the same time, having that set period of time where they're only available to be minted during that set period of time can kind of help counter like runaway inflation with them too, where if we just had like 150,000 of something available.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's going to make for a lot more engaging gameplay. There's something to always look forward to and something that you always want to try and get before the time runs out. And there's some really cool items coming out that I'm really excited to be farming and working towards.
Yeah, there's a few. If you do read the docs that I posted there is a little placeholder for animals. And so for those that are aware, there are some mutant chickens that we have ready to go, but we just haven't launched them. These will become available during seasons and will only be available for that short period of time as well. So it's going to be cool, whether you like farming crops, farming animals, Treasure Island, the Auctioneer, Goblin Blacksmith. Every season's going to have a bunch of content, and it just keeps the game fresh as well. We'll be releasing new features, but you also know that, hey, on this date, there's a new season that's going to launch. So I think that's super exciting. There's always something at a certain date players can look forward to. Romy, mate, I know you're doing a bit of work on it at the moment. Are there any details or hints you can give to players?
Yes, you will be able to get seasonal tickets harvesting as well, planting and harvesting. It will be a small amount, but you can still get some from there as well. So the only places you'll be able to get those tickets are from the grub shop and crops for now. So we're gonna test this out on this first season and see how we go. Another nice thing that it's on the docs even. It's the first combo SFT. Do you want to talk about that, Adam? The cabbage boy and the cabbage girl.
That's all yours. That's your piece of right now.
This is the first combo items that we're gonna add to the game. You can, if you have only the cabbage boy, you get a certain boost. If you it's 0.25 cabbages on each harvest. If you have the cabbage girl, your cabbages grow 50% faster. But if you have both of them at the same time on your land, you get an increase of 0.5 cabbages every harvest. So that's the first combo SFTs we're trying. And I'm really excited for that because that opens up so many possibilities for future items.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of cool mechanics coming in. We've got the area of impact one on the farming equipment proposal, but this combination one, I think this is a really cool idea that you can collect a different range of items that are fine when you have them individually, but it's really powerful when you've got multiple together. And so I'm just
there's
on the
Yeah.
go
There
on
was
that.
a question. There was a question on Farmers Chat asking if on the blacksmith you need the seasonal tickets as well to mint the season items.
Yes.
Do you want to answer that one? Yeah.
Yeah, there may still be items that don't require them. And those will be items that don't yet exist in the game. So say with fruit was a really good example that we could launch those items instantly. We didn't have to worry about them selling out because none of the fruit existed yet in the game. But for other items, we will use seasonal tickets because players already have the resources. And so if we were to release a wood item that required 500 wood, it would be a little unfair because at whatever time we dropped it, it would just instantly sell out. Using seasonal tickets is really useful because it means it won't sell out instantly. Players will have a month or so to collect their seasonal tickets and have a solid chance of getting that item. There's a few people in the Pumpkin Plaza right now who are asking, are we on Discord chat right now? It's I'm looking in the farmers chat, I'm looking in the Pumpkin Plaza. There's a lot of places to look at questions. Someone's trying to come, Bumpkin 886 is trying to break into our house, the SFL HQ, but there's a security lock on that. Maybe one day we can, and when people take the stand, we can invite them to stand in here. Someone said they're going to rob this house tonight. Just don't go down into the dungeon, mate. There's a few secrets down there.
Yeah, what's at the bottom of those stairs? Everyone's just going straight there.
So there's a bit of Portuguese flying around as well. Ronnie, you've got your loyal fans listening in. There's some awesome outfits in the plaza at the moment. My favorite right now is Bumpkin 18341. It's a goblin with the blacksmith hair wearing the Cupid dress. It looks like a little Abraham or like a biblical goblin.
Biblical goblin.
Yeah. It's Yoda.
Yeah, I'm really liking 375 over there where you got the snowman outfit and then just like the little goblin ears sticking out wiggling. I think that's really cute.
Yeah. It's got a brown face. Is that a snowman wearing the reindeer as well?
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, it is. That's cool. I like that a lot.
This is what I love seeing is that the creative ideas that the players come up with and how they can decorate their pumpkins. So excited for decorations and landscaping to come up because I know the players are just going to create some awesome decorations for their farms. Maybe instead of the plaza, we'll just announce that we're going to some person's farm for the live dev chat and we can all go in there and meet up.
That would be fun.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have got a bunch of Bumpkin items that have launched on Bumpkins.io. We had a little bit of a hiatus there while we're working on other features, but the artists at Sunflower Land have been super busy, and we've actually been dropping a bunch of pirate wearables. And one of this is the Pirate General Coat, which is roughly 7 hours ago, it went live. There was only 25 that went live for 300 SFL, and they sold that instantly. In another 27 minutes, there is another 25 that are going live for 300 SFL, which is incredible. I think this is by far the most expensive drop that we've done. It's a cosmetic, which definitely shows people are desiring these items. I'm curious, is there anyone in the plaza right now? Have you got the Pirate General Coat? I missed out this morning. It was too fast for me. but I'd love to see someone in the plaza to arrive wearing the coat. Few people stuck down the bottom here. If you are stuck down the bottom of the plaza, it is click to move. Everyone, let's give them a hand. And so, if you're interested in getting some of these rare pirate wearables, head over to bumpkins.io. Now, some really cool items. This one was designed by Einstein, who was a contractor at Sunflower Land, also a community artist. We've also got a bunch of items that are coming up. The Hawaiian shirt, the onesies, SFL office background, the puppets, all of these were designed by the community as well, which I'm just so grateful for. They do these incredible ideas, chuck them in Discord, not looking for anything. They just want to share art with other people in the community. But the work they do is just incredible. And so we always do our best to try and include as many of the community designed items at bumpkins.io. These onesies are going to go crazy, I feel.
Yeah.
If it's
Tiger onesie, frog onesie.
Yeah. Which one are you guys going for?
I'm going for the tiger onesie.
Yeah, I love the tiger one as well.
It's mine.
This is it's a bit of an experiment, this one. It's 500 SFL, which is an insane amount. And there's only 20 in total, which is a pretty crazy burn on SFL. It's like 10,000 SFL that will be burnt for that item. So if you're interested in helping the community, yes, because the team's not getting that SFL, head over and mint that onesie. I'm super keen to see who gets it. If that's too expensive for you, there's a bunch of other more inexpensive items that you can get from a week of farming in the game. The pirate leather polo's going live. The SFL office background, I'm so excited for that one. That was so great.
That's Adam's desk.
Yeah, I love the artwork for this one. This is community designed as well. They've done a pixel art background of what our office looks like with bumpkins jumping out of the screen. I think they've got, so even the bumpkin that they've put on the poster in the background,
Yeah.
I think it's this specific one. They've got the exact clothing that the goblin lumberjack usually wears in the background of our streams. That's so
That's the
cool.
whiteboard, right?
Yeah, they've got the whiteboard there. That's so
crazy.
cool. All right, guys, I'll open it up. Is there any topics you wanted to dive in this week? Anything you think Spencer or Craig would have wanted to mention today?
I think Spencer and Craig, they really deep into multiple bumpkins, solving really complex problems this week. So I'm not sure what they would mention about multiple bumpkins, but we are going forward with this, and it's been really fun to see all these issues we're having, like the challenges we're having being solved by the team. We'll soon have multiple bumpkins. We still don't have a date, but everything's coming nicely.
Love it. I see Captain Dank Rabbit is doing some Pumpkin Plaza leaks on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Love to see that. I think the parties are making a bit of a comeback since the epic fail at the start. We're now getting a bit of usage in here.
Do you
Yeah.
think all those people locked on the spawn play states because they on loading screen, or they just not clicking around?
Maybe an error. I'm not sure.
Can you, if you listen, can you please let us know on Farmer Chat or something? Just click around, try to move. Because there's not a lot of people like moving around. Just maybe what, 30? Yeah.
Maybe they just want to be close together.
Yeah, maybe.
There's quite a lot that is still coming in as well. Plaza instructions here. So yeah, I think the multiple bumpkin stuff is really exciting. It is a big piece of work. There is quite a lot of complexities around it. And that's kind of why Romy and myself, we've actually shifted off this to focus on some other content that we can get out sooner. But the bumpkins is really exciting. Having multiple bumpkins, being able to level up multiple bumpkins is awesome. This kind of goes hand in hand with the skill revamp that Cole, one of the community members, has been working on. There's going to be a load of new skills that become available shortly, and we've got another 20 or 30 really epic skills that we're going to launch shortly after that. You can get this entire skill tree by leveling up one bumpkin, but it's going to be insanely hard. We don't recommend it. I guess the optimal path will be to get multiple bumpkins on your farm that you can almost specialize in certain skills, where someone focuses on crops and fruit, someone focuses on mining and chopping wood, and then someone focuses on cooking. I think there's some other animals as well. And so lots of cool strategies. I kind of view that as Pokemon, where you can go hard in Pokemon and just focusing on level up one Pokemon, get that to level 100 and beat Elite Four. It is possible, but it is such a grind and it's so difficult. Adding an extra Pokemon that's a different specialty, that definitely helps you improve in the game there. So what's happening on that front? We've got the other proposals open right now, which Decol, DeckV, Aeon, a bunch of people in the community are helping us with some game design. Those include adding the new skills, the new SFTs, farming equipment, buildings, and also balancing the resource nodes as well. We've made significant progress over the last couple of weeks, and we'll hopefully have something ready at the end of this week to share in regards to the balancing of the resource nodes. But yeah, shout out to everyone involved in that. We really appreciate your help. There's a lot happening at Sunflower Landing. We need as many hands as possible right now. So if you do see these people in the community, give them a hug, give them a love heart, send them some SFL if you're extremely kind. But yeah, lots happening behind the scenes, juggling 3 or 4 projects at once. Lots of cool ideas coming out as well. Hazmate, we've got a few events coming up that I know you wanted to mention. Do you want to take the mic?
Yeah, so we've mentioned this a couple of times on our streams, but Adam and myself are heading over to GDC over in San Francisco on the 19th of March. So for any of our listeners over in San Francisco, or for anyone who's attending GDC, we would love to see you there. There might be some bonus items for those who come and meet us. That is to be confirmed. But yeah, we're really looking forward to going over to GDC, and hopefully we can see some of you guys there. There's going to be a lot of games, a lot of Web3 games, and we're really looking forward to that. And then the other one was that South by Southwest is another big festival that's happening in Austin soon. Unfortunately, we're not going to go to Austin, but it is coming to our hometown here in Sydney. So we are looking to have a presence, some sort of presence, maybe a panel or something, a bit too early to determine. But yeah, we're going to be hopefully be at South by Southwest in Sydney for any of those local players.
Getting the name out there. Alrighty. You want to talk about the charities as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of weeks ago, I put up a proposal about the charities we align with. For this year, we're looking to align with 2 different charities. And as you may recall, when you signed up, that you donate a small portion of the farm mint fee to charity. The latest development is that we're looking to partner with Giving Block, which allows crypto payments to a vast variety of different charities, which is what we were after. So some of the suggestions so far on the proposal were good, except a lot of them didn't fit the requirements of that they accept crypto payments. These guys have a website full of over 2,000 different charities. So I'm going to update this charity proposal and provide the link for you to go and have a look at different charities. We'd love to have some community involvement in who we align with. So please, I'll post the proposal here in the chat, but please take a look at the proposal, go to the website, see if there's anything that you think aligns with the values of the project and the game, and we can take it from there.
Yeah, I think it's not something that we advertise, but it is always something we want to keep doing, contributing to charities while we can. Right. I'm gonna have to jump off soon because this pirate coat is about to go live, and I don't want anyone distracting me trying to mint this one. Is there any final words that you guys have for today?
No, really. Just thank you all for joining us again. And keep an eye on the Auctioneer. It'll be really nice. We want for you all to be part of this and test it out with us. So we'll be probably giving a date really soon. Yeah, Adam?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've already got the POC up for the Auctioneer, and we've got multiple bumpkins is already in a prototype state. There's awesome work happening there. So lots of things on the horizon, lots of exciting features and content coming as well. So yes, shout out to everyone that joined us today. It's always great coming. Thank you everyone that came into the plaza. There was a lot of questions coming from the farmers chat and the plaza today. It's always awesome to meet your bumpkins and have a bit of interaction.
Yeah, thank you all for joining, and see you next week, maybe.
We'll see you then. Take care, Brandon. We'll see you later, Rummy.
Thanks,
All right,
Brendan.
y'all take care. Good luck with the mints, and enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, As.
See you, everyone.
See ya.
See ya.